Did she give any sense of how long this would take?
No, she just started.
And most of us are idiots who wouldn't necessarily know how long the identify spell actually takes to last.
Mr. I don't know magic over here, yeah.
Roll
I don't know
me,
magic.
roll me Arcana, everyone.
My character legitimately wouldn't know this. I'm not rolling for something my character wouldn't know.
Sure. That makes sense, yeah.
Again, it was meant to be.
Actually, who I believe might have a clue about this stuff is Varga. You might have heard of it if you succeed in an Arcana roll.
Okay.
It takes a few hours, that much you know for sure.
Mm-hmm. Would I know that detect magic takes less?
We're not trying to detect magic, we're trying to confirm the properties of the knife.
Yeah, but you told her that it is a normal knife.
Yes.
So detect magic should prove that it is not magical, in fact.
But there are
Say what?
properties, there are non-magical properties that exist that the identify spell would be able to identify.
Okay.
For example, a silver blade could be identified with the identify spell that is made of silver.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Or someone with a keen eye.
And that wouldn't be magical.
However, you do know that detect magic takes less of a time.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we could stay for a sleepover party.
Oh, sleepover.
Mm.
Cool.
Sleep over at the local hag. Sounds like
Well,
fun.
I mean,
It's best not we disturb the ritual, and we can ask politely at the time when it finishes.
Yeah. There ain't no party like the hag sleepover party.
I mean, the locals around here were a little bit weird, and I don't really trust the old hag.
Well, the old hag said, "Make yourself at home." Feels rude to leave. I mean, she said this is going to take some time. Feel free to come back. I might have felt better about it, but she specifically asked us to make ourselves at home. I mean,
Does
the implication is that she'd expect us to stay here.
does
it
her
would be-
house look safe, like ghost protected or something?
I mean, if she wasn't taken night one this started, I'm pretty sure this place is secure.
If Vargal goes to the kitchen, will the hag react to it?
No, the hag does not react to anything you guys do.
Okay, I'm going to
From
go
what
to
it
the
seems
kitchen.
like. Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
I flash her my boobs. No.
No, that's
Sure,
we-
but you're kind of a twink, so
Yeah, it's more embarrassing than I think.
You know what? This is fine. Do I have? I'm annoyed.
I'm going to look for in the kitchen for any meat or provisions that.
Anyone
could
got a
be-
deck of cards or anything?
Are you looking for some kind of specific deck of cards?
Just any would be fine.
Alright,
just
well,
take your time.
about sustenance, you find food that is probably unfit for regular human consumption unless you want to risk taking a longer toilet break than otherwise would need it. About cards, you do find a... Well, roll me an investigation check.
I'm not necessarily going to search the hag's house for a sec, because I'm asking if anyone
Okay.
here has a deck of cards.
Oh, alright.
Something to pass the time.
You on one of the kind of nightstands, you spot a deck of many things. No, a deck of tarot cards.
Tarot cards. Oh, found through them. Don't think we can play poker with these. Very nice design, though. I'll put them back where I found them.
It's quite rare to get a pair with a deck of tarot cards. Yes.
Damn it! You want to play fish? Got any three-headed hydras?
No.
Guys, what about we talk about our situation instead of wasting time on the card game?
I feel
Yeah.
like time.
I think we've got the situation under control. We just need to let this play out.
You guys want to stay at the creepy old hag's house for the night?
She's not creepy. She's a wonderful young woman who's agreed to help us. Just freely, of her own goodwill. I mean, you shouldn't be so mean to such nice people. You never meet people this nice normally.
Ah, yes, when you don't know if they hear you or not.
This is the thing. Being dick in someone's own house when they're there is just rude, uncalled for. Have you no shame, sir?
Would you know?
Did you
Well,
ask for the price before handling out the knife?
Sorry?
I just like this that the people around this house seemed like weird to me, and I'm not really comfortable with this situation.
Yes, the people outside are weird. We're not there if we're here.
And the lady seemed like happy to see us, like she giggled while her face was pushing on the window.
Yes, because people like to have visitors. Some people are just nice, kind individuals. You're far too suspicious.
If you say so. I'm going to stand in that corner so my back is protected.
Good for you.
And then I do that.
Okay, so you guys just pass the time and have a nice sleepover. Is that so?
I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish to impose, but if the hag is acceptable and we're able to go, we understand it's very dark. There's a ghost outside. Do you mind if we spend the night? I mean, you don't wish to impose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if she says we must leave, we must regretfully leave. But
All right.
Is the house like safe? Does it seem safe? I know it was like old and stuff, but
Well, you do remember that the door has some missing parts and like small broken bits. And the hag, she pushed her face against the window, so contradicting with other houses in the village, her windows are not boarded up.
yep, she's probably got wards or something, because she is a skilled and noble magic user.
Maybe. Perhaps.
This is probably the safest place in the whole village.
you seem a little bit optimistic about that.
I mean, she might be very powerful at magics. Maybe it is so.
I mean, I have a bad habit to expect the worst situation possible to become reality, but it's better to be safe. And if she was such a powerful magic user, wouldn't she solve the whole ghost problem? I'm not really
She's already
into
been
magic,
offered,
but
maybe some of the people in the village have been too stingy with their money issue.
I mean, there's a difference between warding against ghosts and defeating ghosts. I mean, it would take, incredibly
like a ghost
powerful.
knife. But we have a ghost knife. How great
Yes,
is that?
it's a really good
Damn.
ghost knife.
Such a great weapon.
Right. So, yep. What do you intend to do with the house? Is it good? Is it worth it?
Like I say, I assume it must be warded. Otherwise, I assume this old lady in this ramshackled house, which is no of other defenses, would have been taken night one.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
I mean, there's clearly something on her side. And I'm happy to see how this plays out.
All right. Well, a couple of hours pass by, and you are finding small activities to get yourself busy while waiting for the ritual.
Fish.
Do we want to talk about personal stuff to pass the time?
Well, I don't mind, but
You can do that.
maybe
Can we have a conversation, or our characters just sit in awkward silence the whole time?
Just pausing in the corner.
I can totally imagine it like people just sitting by themselves in the corner. And at one point, Edward just like so.
We are just posing next to the old lady ahead of her.
Ozzy, the thing is, a player would feel like that's not a realistic situation, but if you think about it, that's how every group conversation starts.
Yeah, with us. So yeah, no, it is.
Hi, Greg.
Yeah.
So, should we talk to pass the time, or?
What do you want to talk about?
I mean, you guys seem like you can fight. Like on the ship, we could manage to solve that situation, but I don't really know about how you guys. What are your abilities?
You know, that's a really good question. I would
Where
love to
did
answer.
you get them?
Well, it's kind of a weird story. My dad owns a smithy up near Dondoral, and well, I was set to basically take over for him, you know, as you do. And well, this weird thing happened. It was one day that I was out just working overtime because we really had to finish the sword up for a local lord, and all of a sudden, everything went dark. I was told that lightning struck the top of our smithy, and just kind of I blacked out. It's weird, real weird. Some people came looking the next day, and some people kept telling me that this was a sign from someone, due to the fact that the sword that I was making, had this weird like feel to it. I don't really know what they meant, but it's this sword, and Bobola takes out the sword he's been running around with. It is this one. I don't know what it's all about. I've had these dreams and visions for a time after the incident happened, and some people keep telling me that for some reason this recently that I have gotten to know Raldra, had for some reason chosen me for something. Now I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure where I'm heading right now, I'm gonna figure it out.
Well, that does sound quite interesting.
You tell me.
So you are just a regular blacksmith. I see that you are very well built, but you have the of a god, as I assume?
Guess so. Trust me, I don't know. I know as much about this as you do. I don't really understand it yet, but I intend to try to figure it out, at least. But, I mean, what about you? Is there anything you want to get off your chest while you're here?
That's not a really... how do I put this? It's not a happy story. It's not like blissful. I am a only son of a tailor and a sailor. My father was a sailor, and
Wait,
none of
the
them
Taylor family?
Taylor's Taylor.
Sus.
None of them had really any time for me. My dad was always on the sea, and my mother always was working. So, as my childhood passed, it really was boring. So I decided to follow up with my dad's profession, and I became a sailor. And bad stuff happened. I ended up in the ship's deck and spent quite a lot of time there. Long time, even that I managed to train some rats to follow orders, and that's how I got into the whole situation.
Yeah, when you're talking about that, that kind of climbs up your back and sits on your shoulder, like not sits, like lays, like front legs hanging down in front, hind legs hanging down on your back.
And as for what my plans is, I intend to find the guys who put me down into the deck and give them what they deserve for the first part.
Understandable.
And you guys? Where did you get your gold dagger, for instance?
Oh, yes. I have an illustrious career as a highwayman. And
Puppy?
yes.
You can't be a highwayman, that's illegal.
That's okay, I'm not lawful good.
I stole from the rich and gave to myself.
Okay, a little less noble, but sure.
I was poor at the time. It was within the bounds of the redistribution of wealth in a communist system. Yes.
Sure.
I robbed the ghost knife from a traveling ghost buster.
Okay.
What an outstanding story.
He had taken care of many ghosts and was in no way afraid of them.
What was his name?
Oh,
Milbury?
that's the one. That's the
All
one.
right,
Yes,
yeah.
you met him too.
Damn, that was a wild guess.
I would like to roll history check for Milbury.
He's a
Okay.
pretty famous Ghostbuster. I mean, he's a pretty
Yeah.
famous Ghostbuster.
Okay, roll history for it if you want.
Does he have any famous ghost-busting pals?
No, he works alone.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you do not recall a name like this.
Dear.
I can't believe it, he's a ghost-busting legend.
Yeah, what a shame.
Oh, okay. If you guys say so. You should come to this island, I guess.
Oh, he came to. I think he came to my village at one point and kind of exorcised some ghosts from the local church.
100% canon.
Yeah.
Well, now it is.
It might have been him. It might have been some other Ghostbuster. I don't know.
Hmm.
I heard Aykroyd, so you know. It might be the same.
But yes, I have used this knife to kill ghosts on no less than 15 occasions.
How many
That's a
were
lot
there
of
in
ghosts.
total?
You've been doing a lot of Ghostbusting.
Yes. Yes.
How come?
It is very easy to achieve when you have a ghost knife.
Right, but why? Are
Miguel?
ghosts like really dangerous?
Miguel, you kind of know that there is actually a profession like that, but it's actually called a witch hunter, not a ghostbuster.
Mm-hmm.
In professional terms.
No, it's a
you-
I'm not
Ghostbuster.
saying it out loud. I'm keeping that for myself.
All right.
Ghostbuster is a regional dialect from where
Yeah.
I'm from.
Yeah, it's the slang.
It's like up near the border, you know,
And
where the
how much?
where the dialects kind of, you know.
It's like what
How
you
much-
call it when you are not working in the profession.
Mm-hmm.
And how much ghost do you slay per day? You said it's recharging at dawn, so I suppose it has limits.
Oh yes, yes. It can only kill one ghost a day, and then it must recharge. I
Huh.
don't.
And you've met how much? 15 ghosts? 15 day,
Yes.
and you slain them?
Yes.
I think you are more powerful than the rest of us.
Oh no, no, no! I am but a simple man with a legendary weapon beyond the comprehension of us mere mortals.
AKA Ghost Knife.
Ghost.
I mean, one part of myself wants to roll insight for that, but the other half says it's more fun if you play it that way. So
I am being humble and honest.
I perfectly believe you.
But yes, regrettably, my illustrious career of stealing from Bill Murray came to an end recently
Who?
with the death of all my friends.
You mean Milbury?
Yes, Bill Murray.
No. What happened with your friends?
They had a serious case of being stabbed by the town guard.
That's a bad condition.
It is.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, I miss them. They were the best band of thieves and scoundrels you could ever meet.
You miss them, but the guard didn't.
Oof.
So
Oof.
So, and how did you escape?
I was drunk at the time
Oh.
when I was supposed to be a guard to alert them when the guard showed up.
So you got your friends, you know.
Yeah, like we don't want to be rude and like opening any wounds, but isn't that like your fault or anything?
Oh no, 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 no. Yeah, no, no, no.
Okay.
What are you talking about? I'm not living in denial.
Yeah, I'm living in the Amazon.
Well, if there's one thing about this, it's that we won't give you the job to watch over guards if we get into that situation.
mean, what's
I mean,
the
you're-
chance that it would happen twice?
Right, rather not take the chance.
While
Comfortable.
you guys were talking, night has slowly fallen.
It's
As
fun.
Edward notices that it's getting dark, he's pulling out his bow and just keeps it in his hand.
Mhm.
I feel bad holding this.
I'm gonna hold on to my holy symbol real quick, and hopefully the bad things will go away.
As you do, everyone please roll me a perception check.
Also, can't you just pray the ghost away?
I don't know.
How this works.
I just told you I don't know how this works. Maybe.
17, sorry, I was still rolling to GM.
Yes. Butter and Reese, you guys hear a scream from the distance.
Well, that's a shame.
From the sound of it, it's a child. It's a young girl's scream. From the location of, well, more into the village.
I look over to Reese. Does he look like he reacts at all?
Terrible shame.
Hmm?
Terrible shame.
Yeah.
So now
I'm just gonna go over and like peek out the curtains.
Mhm.
Like,
You actually,
This is now when the ghosts appear.
as you peek out of the curtains, you actually see a little girl fallen down on the streets, and there's something approaching her. It's around 40 feet away from the girl, and it's this nice thing.
something's
Yeah.
going after that girl.
You definitely need a ghost knife to kill that.
I look at my holy symbol. Fuck it! I open the door and I rush out.
Alright.
Shit. Oh well, if we're doing this.
Does anyone else?
Feel that I'm coming!
I
I notice that he's doing that, and I watch. I look out to see what's happening, and then I'm rushing out too.
Oh well, I'll rush out as well.
I'll go the last, I guess.
Alright. Everyone charges out, and
And like halfway, I shout back, "Bring the ghost knife!"
mhm.
Bring the ghost.
As you exit the building and you start charging, you get closer to the girl and around 15 feet to the girl. So, well, around 40 from the ghost. It disappears.
Ooh.
Everyone,
Ooh.
please roll me perception.
Ooh,
Damn.
I see everything.
Uh,
I see for time.
Baldur and Reese, once again, you guys are the perceptive ones. You